What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are finishing, hopefully, Star Trek Resurgence. So give me a minute to set everything up, share everything out, and we'll get started. Alright, I think we're ready to go. Nice, Anthony, that's cool. I don't think I've gotten the one where everybody dies yet. That is a fun game, though. That's probably the one that I've replayed the least. Right? That'd be a good stream. Hoping we can finish this one tonight.
Interesting.
Redundancy. If one goes down in battle, we can still operate.
Makes this more difficult, though.
This ship can maintain warp with half the cores offline. We'll need to disable 3 of them.
Where are the engine schematics? Power flow routing charts.
We're soldiers, not engineers. I thought you would know what to do.
You're in good hands. We can do this.
I trust that you can.
You at least know where we should start?
This way.
What are we dealing with? really hot. Makes sense, since they've been producing at max output since we left Otari space.
No ship can run for very long like that. Not before a catastrophic
I didn't realize she was
failure.
the only one you could kill
It's right on
directly.
the edge. We just need to figure out a way to give it a push.
Bet that console down there could tell us a few things.
Hey, what's up, Sniper? How you doing, brother? Hope you're having a good weekend so far, or a good start to the weekend. Hoping I can finish this one. I think I'm supposed to go back down there, maybe.
Whatever we do, we need to make sure the Takan can't undo it.
So we need a way to permanently disable the reactors that won't destroy the ship and kill us all in the process.
You thinking what I'm thinking? Warp core ejection.
So the question is, how do we make it happen?
What did you think of Breaking Bad?
The reactor coolant system is operating at emergency containment levels.
Have you seen it before? Is this your first time watching it, or?
Maybe we can use that. If it gets this high, their system considers a reactor breach imminent. Like we saw on the bridge, all 4 warp cores are operating at full capacity.
Oh, not too many Fallen Kingdom. Yeah, that one's pretty bad to sit through.
The safety protocols don't look much different from the Resolute. Breach protection.
The problem with that one was it's like they tried to make like 2 different movies in one, you know.
Emergency warp core ejection. Computer control.
Even command functions can't override one of the most crucial safety measures.
They tried to make like the dinosaur extinction volcano thing like a movie, and then they tried to cram in at the end that
Computer will eject it automatically rather than risk it.
auctioning off
Increase the warp core's
the
temperature.
dinosaurs plot, and I'm like, that could have been its own movie.
Won't be anything to keep these reactors from going over.
And it will trigger the ejection. Let's peel these suckers open. I'll take that one.
I'll take the one next to it.
Hey, what's up, Chad? How you doing? Welcome to the stream, brother.
Jumping cores, the Takan will know
Hope you're having a
we're
good
here.
weekend so far.
We'll be vulnerable. Stuck in one place while you work.
Do whatever you have to do to make sure we have the time to finish.
Anything?
Anything.
We'll barricade the door. Work quickly.
I've had allergies too. Luckily, they haven't been too horrible. Ouch, that's not good. Yeah, I haven't had anything that bad.
We might not have our tools, but our phasers can do this in a pinch.
I hope you start feeling better soon, man. Allergies freaking suck, man. They're the worst.
We better get this right. If we foul it up and this whole thing goes boom... I don't know how much damage that cartabula will do if we accidentally crack it open.
Listen, the best way to make sure something goes wrong is to stress. Keep your mind on the job. You'll be okay.
Yeah, we will. It's not a Starfleet warp core, but the coolant regulator has to be in here somewhere.
He doesn't want you paying him back for his... That's pretty cool. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Chad. That sucks.
There you are. Time to heat things up.
That's definitely pretty nice of him, Anthony. That's cool.
Warning. Warning. Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core.
Okay, now they're definitely gonna know we're down here.
Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core.
Just one more to go.
They're here.
They're cutting through the door. We don't have much time.
Okay, same as before. We just got it.
Yeah, it sounds like it has. Yeah, with the uncle and then your aunt leaving and now this. I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Okay, same as before. We just got it.
Yeah, that happens to me sometimes. Oh, I keep forgetting to duck. Alright, take 3. Yeah, if you can, try to stay indoors. I don't know what you do for work, but if you can, like, stay indoors as much as you can. That's the only thing that saved me. That was a pretty good Alan Wake stream, Anthony.
Okay, same as before. We just got it.
Having breakfast, nice. I'm just chilling, enjoying my Friday night. I got a busy weekend at work coming up. I'm not hitting anything.
Okay, same as before. We just got it.
Didn't feel like I was hitting anything when I was aiming at them. Ah.
Okay, same as before. We just gotta...
Nice. I've only seen that one like a very few times. I think I've only seen the original one like maybe twice. Why is my aiming like way off all of a sudden? Uh-oh. We're losing people. Damn.
Okay, same as before. We just gotta...
Jesus, that is not a good month for you, man. Man, that's like way too movie. Oh, all my guys are dead.
Okay, same as before. We just gotta...
I forget. Well, tomorrow's Saturday, huh? It's like, yeah, I gotta work all day Saturday. You said church, so you got me thinking it was Saturday night, and I'm like, tomorrow's not Sunday.
Go! Finish!
Hey! Would you mind not shooting at the matter-antimatter reactor?
I'll cover you.
What? No!
Get the work done. We're all dead.
Uh-oh. Hurry. Uh-oh. Oh.
I'll cover you.
What? No!
Get the work done. We're all dead.
At least you're not going to the Barbie movie. What's wrong with the Barbie movie? What am I aiming at? Man, we're gonna lose all of our aliens.
Shoot!
Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core.
That was cool.
Warp drive disengaged.
You did it.
You got another way out of here?
I think so.
Yeah, we're gonna lose all the aliens.
Itasca, can you climb?
This was a suicide mission.
I'll see you on the parade grounds of Sorella, my friend.
I did see that the Flash is out now, so I could probably watch that anytime.
You want me? I'm right here. Not you too.
The vampires were the weakest.
Calm yourself, child.
Yeah, they kind of were. Seems like the werewolves were the strongest.
It will all be better soon.
Oh, I was kidding. Yeah, I imagine Barbie would be atrocious.
Wake up, Monka Umet. Return to us.
It's like Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Rejoin the flame. To reclaim what was lost.
You don't need to watch this.
I do. I want to remember every moment when I make them pay. But this isn't the end. I will avenge Itasca. Swear to me, you will join me in this.
How about we try to save her?
That's a dream.
We have a mission. We have to stay on track because this is bigger than all of us.
They defile my poor Itasca with every moment they take breath in her body. I will not let that stand.
Tony Bennett died? I did not hear Tony Bennett died today. Or did he die? Did he die today? I haven't heard anything about Tony Bennett.
There's so much I want to ask you.
There's so little I can tell you. I'm a portal, not a scientist, but I'll certainly do my best. I can only assume this is
Wow,
one of
that
your
is suck.
older starships.
He was pretty much a legend.
One would think, given the importance of your mission, they might send a ship of a more recent vintage.
The Resolute is primarily a research vessel, if that's what you mean. Not a warship.
Although she has been known to hold her own in a fight.
Against what?
Something wrong?
Not at all. The galaxy has grown more diverse since the days of the Tekon Empire.
Because you conquered everyone who didn't look like you.
To the contrary, most lesser civilizations willingly join the Empire to enjoy the benefits of an advanced way of life. But that expansion came with its own set of problems, so I admire your ability to diversify without creating conflict. That was always our challenge, and perhaps, ultimately, our downfall.
I can't say that we avoid conflict entirely, but we overcome our differences because of our common interests and a shared sense of purpose. A general belief we are better off united than divided.
A concept almost Tekonian in principle. We're more alike than you might think. If this is the best you have, then so be it. To locate this scion, Galvin, I'll need
Right, it
your
kind of had to be
access to
militaristic.
ship systems.
There was actually a really cool documentary
You must be
about
out
the
of your
Star
mind.
Trek series up. It covered everything from the original series up through Enterprise. It's on Amazon right now. I just finished watching it. It was actually it was really
I
good.
won't be able to find him without it.
Kind of talks about
Perhaps I
like
should have made that clear up front. I'll need to make certain modifications.
That's going to be a problem.
Then I'm sorry. I'm afraid I won't be able to help you.
We'll talk to Captain
but yeah, kind of
Stein.
talked about how Gene Roddenberry just kept being he was kind of the
See you on the
problem
bridge.
with Star Trek after a while. Like once Star Trek took off and
Captain
started
Solano,
being
I'd
good
like
and
to
people
introduce
liked
you
it,
to Portal 6-3,
he kept trying to
Guardian
rewrite
of the Tekon
scripts and
Empire.
like
Pleasure to meet you, Captain.
I don't know. It's a good series. If you guys get a chance,
Likewise.
if you guys got Amazon, I would check it
Can't
out.
say I've ever
It's
met
pretty
a portal
decent.
before.
It was a decent watch.
There is no modern equivalent. Not within the Federation, at least.
We are incredibly lucky that Portal has agreed to join us.
Your first officer makes a very persuasive argument.
So I've noticed. You spent 600,000 years at your post. That certainly takes an uncommon level of dedication.
We all have our duty.
Of course. But I'm curious. You were stationed there in preparation for what exactly?
Any and all threats to the Empire.
An empire that no longer exists. Which suggests you weren't very successful.
You said you needed my help. I didn't come here to be
Yeah, they did kind
insulted.
of go into that lawsuit a little bit. It's like I said, it's worth it.
I'd be happy to return to Delphi Ardu at any time.
Of course, the fall of the Empire had nothing to do with you. We know that.
Do you? Because it seems your captain has a different opinion.
I'm merely curious where your allegiances might lie. Clearly it's with the Tekon.
Yes, Captain. You have found me out and exposed my true loyalties to the Tekon, not to the Scions of the Flame, who do nothing more than tarnish us in name and reputation and don't deserve to be called Tekon. That's why I'm here. And if you'd be so kind as to give me access to your ship's systems, we can get on with it. Then you can stop wasting my time.
Access to our systems? That's completely out of the question. Tell me that's not what you promised. We're vulnerable enough as it is. And now we're supposed to give him access to everything? Ridiculous.
Captain, I understand your concern, and I don't necessarily disagree.
She did warn me there'd be some resistance. I didn't realize.
Yeah, he would have. He'd be rolling in his grave over the stuff going on nowadays.
If you're not enjoying your visit to our ship, we'd be more than happy to let you wither away back on your pathetic little rock.
Captain?
You clearly do not appreciate the magnitude of the threat the Scions pose. So myopic is your focus on your own ego. I will not be leaving until they have been found.
Commander Ryder, a word.
Things are heating up.
To think, I waited 600,000 years for this.
You realize this puts me in an incredibly difficult position. I was against seeking him out from the start, but now, to give him access to our systems? It's insane. And you somehow expect me to believe his allegiance is with us? You heard what he said in there. There's no way we can trust him.
I might otherwise agree, but you're missing the most important point. He's a Takan, and he may be loyal to the Takan, but not to the Scions of the Flame. He's against everything they believe in. You heard what he said.
There's too much at stake to be wrong on this.
We sought him out for a reason. To help him find our missing crew, Galvin, and those Elydian ships. This is the plan we agreed to with Ambassador Spock.
Which I never liked. But here we are. You know what this mission means to us. Not just for the Federation, but for me personally. I can't afford another screw-up. Losing the shield algorithms was bad enough. This could be the end.
Hey, thanks, Sniper. I appreciate it, brother.
I'm sorry, Captain. You know
Oh, this is getting good. I'm liking this part.
and the future of the Federation are at stake here. Both of which are more important right now than your career.
It's not just mine. It's both of ours.
Then so be it.
I'm going to trust your instincts on this one. I just hope you're right. For both of our sakes. Let me know if you find anything.
No, I haven't.
You may
Is it
begin.
any good?
I will, of course, have to make a few modifications.
What kind of modifications?
To find Taconian technology requires Taconian technology. If this Scion Gallivan modified his...
Now, I saw the flashes out now. I might check that out after the stream. But no, I haven't heard of that movie.
The galaxy is nearly infinite in size and complexity. This may take a moment.
How long
I
will it
found
take?
something. There you are.
What is it? Galvin?
Someone is using Taconian technology. I can't get the precise bearings, but it's located in the Palisades cluster.
I'll let the captain know.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Rydick to Solano. I think Portal may have located Galvin.
I'll be right there.
I'm getting all kinds
Thought about getting that Expanse game, like that Telltale. It's an actual Telltale game,
Where's he hiding?
but the actual Telltale people are made this game, so that's kind of weird. Like
Interesting.
the Telltale people made this game, but Telltale the name went to this other company, and they made the Expanse.
Lieutenant Handar, set a course for the Palisades cluster.
Aye, Captain.
But I've never watched the Expanse TV show, so I don't really know anything about that franchise.
That's what I get for questioning the advice of my first officer. You always have my back.
They say the true measure of a leader is being able to admit your mistakes. So thank you.
Next time I'll do a better job of listening. Nice work. Let me know if you find anything more.
Will do. What's wrong?
I didn't want to say anything until I was certain. But the reason for the interference is simple. There's a Taconian device on this ship being used to block the signal. Whoever planted it was exceptionally clever. They knew how and where to hide it. But...
Ooh, that was a chick, that dude's girlfriend from earlier.
Engineering.
Take care of the Taconian device, and I can find Galvan for you. It's designed to interfere with all transmissions, or at least delay and confuse the effort to find Galvan's ship.
You're sure it's Taconian? It couldn't be something else causing the interference?
Nothing else operates on that frequency. I'm positive.
Don't worry, I'll get this fixed. We're going to find that ship. Engineers would have found this device already if it wasn't well hidden. Better to rely on my tricorder. There's a lot of noise in here. I should scan the device putting out the most radiation to filter it out. That's better. Most other radiation sources in here are well contained. There's definitely tetrametric radiation.
I might have to check it out. That sounds pretty
Even
good,
if the
Sniper.
being boosted, it's getting drowned out by other sources of radiation in here.
Is it a newer one or older one? Can't go down there. Nice. So it is pretty new.
Jeffrey's tubes thump harmonics from all over the ship. I'll filter that out. There's still something drowning out the tetrametric radiation. I need to find it so I could filter it out as well.
Alright, what else do we got?
A little bit of harmless radiation leakage here, but enough to mask the tetrametric pulses. Easy enough to cancel out. There we go. I'm getting a clear tetrametric signal now. Right? It kind of looks like that, huh? Trying to find that little device thing. But I'm curious as to where I'm supposed to be scanning. I bet back here I didn't even see this part. Yep. Found it.
Excuse me, do you belong here? Commander Rydek. I'm sorry, I didn't know it was you. Good to see you again, Commander. I've been keeping my eyes and ears open, Just like you said.
Glad to hear it.
What, are you doing back here? I don't mean to pry, but first officers don't usually go digging around engineering compartments.
I was looking for you.
I didn't know what to say
Under
there.
the console?
Dropped my tricorder. But I do need your help. Have you seen anyone else in here recently that might seem out of the ordinary? Maybe someone who doesn't work in engineering.
Not that I can think of, but I can ask around. I'm here almost all the time, but maybe someone else noticed something?
That's okay. Don't bother. I'll figure it out.
Okay, but I'm happy to help if you need me. Well, I'll leave you alone already. Oh, come to think of it, that Hotari woman was down here earlier with Dr. Duvall finishing the last of the bioscans.
Tylus?
That would be out of the ordinary, right?
Thank you. Maybe Tylus saw something. Tylus, can I speak to you for a moment?
Of course. Is something wrong?
There's something happening. I may need your help. This is important.
How can I help?
When you were in engineering with Dr. Duvall, did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Or anyone?
Not particularly. Why?
I found this, hidden in a compartment down there.
That's Draconian technology. Does that mean there's a scion on board? But Dr. Duvall bioscanned everyone. Every deck, every crew member. I've seen the logs. She couldn't have been more thorough.
It's entirely possible it was Miranda who planted the device before we caught her.
But we can't assume anything at this point. It could be anyone.
I was assuming it was that Miranda chick.
You want me to get scanned? Better to know for sure, right? I'll admit, I was around the Scions as much as anybody.
I would feel more comfortable if you did.
I understand.
Does that ruin my relationship with her? I bet it did.
Clear.
Now it's your turn.
Sure.
Clear.
Don't sound so surprised.
You spend plenty of time with the Scions as well. You never know.
Let's get to it. The search starts in engineering. Whoever planted the device most likely did it within the last few hours. So I'll start by running a scan, tracking everyone who came through engineering over the last day, in reverse order.
This could take forever to sort through the number of people that were in engineering.
Filtering for outliers. People who don't work in engineering.
Well, that helps.
I'll filter out the duplicates.
This is manageable.
Cross-referencing this list with everyone who's traveled to Hotari. Let's see who's left.
The captain.
No, this can't be right.
What?
Of the people that went to Hotari and visited engineering, it could only have been Captain Solano.
Ooh,
According to
busted.
this, he was here while you went down to Delphi RD4. Which would have been the perfect opportunity. And no one would question him. He's the captain.
As much as I hate to admit it, assuming it's true, it does explain why he was so opposed to getting help from Portal.
And he made several trips to Hotari. So they had plenty of opportunity to target him.
What happened when Dr. Duval bioscanned Captain Solano.
That's just it. She never did.
How is that possible?
Something more urgent would always come up. There was nothing she could do. But performing a bioscan is the only way to be absolutely sure.
That's cool. This is a cool plot
It's
twist.
not going to be easy. First thing I need to do is get this device to Portal.
Be careful. And good luck.
I'll need it. I've found the device.
Interference is gone. I have located Galvin's ship more precisely. He's in the Usonia system.
So then it worked.
This whole region was one of the most sacred for the ancient Takan. What many consider the birthplace of our civilization. See these comets and planetoids in the outer orbits? Based on their current trajectory, that's Galvin's destination. And legend tells us it's the location of what was once our largest arsenal. Not that we needed it in the late stages of the Empire, but it was there as a precaution nonetheless.
We have to somehow intercept him. How long till he arrives?
Oh, he's much too far ahead of us. We'll never arrive before he does. If Galvin and the other Scions secure the arsenal, they will become extremely dangerous. My people had such power at the height of the Empire. The Takan were as gods, keeping absolute control over countless worlds. I must speak with them directly. However, the presence of this device is worrying. It's highly likely it was placed here by a Scion, hidden among your crew. And it is unlikely this interference device was the Scion Saboteur's only trap. If we reach Galvin and the Saboteur cripples your ship, we will be at their mercy. Even my powers will not be able to protect us. Do you know who it is? They may well do more damage if left alone. Time is not on your side.
I'm fairly convinced they bioformed Captain Solano.
I knew there was a reason I didn't like him. That explains it. Bioforming was so rare at the time of the Empire that I am not able.
This is going to be interesting.
Proof of your claim is something you have to produce yourself.
Then we have to bioscan him. I'll talk to Dr. Duval.
That's quite the claim. Last time we spoke, you said Solano was perfectly fine.
I wouldn't be asking you if there was any other possibility.
That would explain why Solano has been too busy for a bioscan lately.
As the ship's doctor, you have the authority to declare him unfit to serve.
If you're right, this is the worst case scenario. Challenging your own captain is a tall order. Are you sure you're prepared for this? If you fail, that's it. The end of your career. Maybe your life.
I am. I have to be.
Good. You know what this is going to take. I'm in. But we can't pull this off with just the two of us. I technically have the authority to make Solano undergo a scan, but in reality, he can and will refuse to do it. We need at least another member of the senior staff to support your claim, or this could all blow up in our faces. You better think long and hard about who you can trust.
This is cool. Who do we trust?
Down to one reactor. Thought we'd be stopped dead. At least stuck at impulse power.
The Takan enhancements must be able to brute force limited bursts of warp output.
Yeah, but they won't get to wherever they were headed at this rate. They're just limping along now.
So where does that put us?
Maybe I can answer that.
How do I get to it? See, in reality, I would just crawl right through this shelf, right? Not gonna let me do that, I guess. There we go. Yeah, it was definitely better. I still didn't like it. I didn't like the flying locust things.
I got the ship's heading.
They've changed course. Drastically.
Looks like they're headed here. The Usonian system. They might stop there.
Can we use the Zeldi's comms to signal your fleet?
Comm systems are locked.
Grab hold!
Oh!
That was kind of silly.
The inertial dampeners can barely keep up. If they keep forcing this ship to make these short warp jumps, they're going to tear it apart.
Zeldi is still made by a Lydian hand. Inspire orders to calm corruption. Oh.
We just gotta stay safe until Starfleet can find us.
Your people. Is there somewhere you go when you die?
Life after death? No. On my homeworld, some people think they can cheat death in a way by joining with the Trill symbiont. But that's not a life to me.
What about you? Is there another plane of existence for you? With every passing battle, as I get older,
I believe there's an afterlife.
You do?
Yeah.
then you should understand this.
I don't know if I could compare the
My
Jurassic
people are special
World
children.
movies with the
When Lydians die,
Star Wars movies.
we
They're like way
rejoin
too
our
different.
comrades, family,
That's like
ancestors.
apples and oranges. They're
On
like
the
two different
great
things.
grounds of Sierra?
That is just one part of it, but yes.
I see what you're saying though.
Death
Like they did
is
it
not
better
the
as
end
far
of
as
it.
reuniting the original
So,
cast,
even if
where
some
Star
part
Wars
of
just
Itasca remains,
fucked up
by
everything they
letting
could.
the Takam use her body. At best, we are delaying the inevitable next step for her. At worst, we are leaving her as a prisoner in her own mind. You want to save the transformed. So do I.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, definitely a
Now that I
better
see
sequel
how-
trilogy.
Does it make me a hypocrite to say he has a point? What if we can't get them back? We can't leave them like that, right?
I think Itasca would want to be released.
You're allowed to change the way you think with new information. That's how it's supposed to work.
The way you think and the way you feel don't always line up. I had a sister, a twin. It's very rare among the Trill.
You never told me that.
She was one of the youngest hosts to ever join with the symbiont. A sentient creature that lives in our body. It's considered a great honor.
Looks like all the stories coming out in this third
Symbiont
act.
can bring centuries of knowledge and wisdom to the host. But sometimes, the symbiont personality suppresses the host entirely. My sister was the closest person in the world to me. I knew she would be different after joining. But she drew more and more distant. The room we shared growing up was foreign to the both of us. And eventually she, or whoever she'd become, cut me out entirely. So I left for Starfleet and swore I'd never go back. I couldn't stand the thought of seeing her.
You should try to see her again. when all this is over, maybe things have
When it
changed
plays
for her.
Diaz,
She's
he'll be
been
the
away for years.
compassionate one.
I couldn't go back. Not now.
You remind me of Itasca.
I do.
Bonds are not made by what runs through your veins, but the blood you spilled together. Itasca was my family in that way. I want you to know there is nothing I won't sacrifice to win this fight. But if we're lucky enough to survive, I'd be honored if you'd count me as one of your tribe. As Itasca was.
Even a couple of engineers like us?
I don't need to wait that long. We've bled together. No one else will know what we've been through. That makes us a tribe. Right here.
I'll take that.
They don't cease this madness.
Yeah, it's like the state of like Hollywood now. It's pretty much a mess.
What is this place?
Is that the Veskar?
Another one of yours?
Not anymore. They've corrupted it, just like the Zeldi.
Now there are 2 ships. Did this just get better? Or worse?
It certainly doesn't bode well for the crew of the Veskar. So many lives stolen.
We're really at the heart of this fight now. We just gotta figure out what we're gonna do about it.
This doesn't look like the Ophelia. What are they doing here?
You don't think they're just meeting their buddies?
Maybe, but then why are their buddies here?
Prepare for transfer. The storm. It's back. What happened?
Hold on. Scanning. Metric radiation is dropping.
I forgot about that. That was a stupid part of that movie.
It's running off just the one warp core now.
That means...
They've sent the Cartabula to that other ship.
Mutiny on the Resolute. I will be right back.
Something wrong, Captain?
No, nothing's wrong. In fact, I was just going to call for you. I'm needed down in engineering. The bridge is yours.
Westbrook.
Lieutenant Bedrosian, a word, please.
Yes, Commander. What can I do for you?
Listen, the captain may have been compromised.
What?
I have every reason to believe he has been bioformed and is now actively working against us.
Hold on. This makes no sense. Did Portal do something to you?
I'm dead serious. Someone is sabotaging the mission. They planted a Draconian device in engineering. Captain Solano was in engineering while we were on Delphi Ardu 4, and he purposely evaded Dr. Duval's bioscan. He's not Captain Solano anymore. He's a Scion.
Which would make you Captain. So you're saying you're taking command of the ship? Because if you are, that's one hell of a bold move. And you better be absolutely sure you have your facts straight.
As first officer, it is my duty and responsibility to protect the interests of the ship and its crew when the captain has been compromised.
I get that part. I read the manual. But without proof, you're talking about...
Yeah, I wasn't a super fan of that one either.
I have Duval's support. We're going to ask the captain to undergo a bioscan. When he refuses, I need you to back me up.
Back when we were on the shuttle, you chose my safety over the lives of a dozen Illydians. I've wondered again and again if I deserved that. If you made the right call. But if it's why I'm here now, able to help you save the Resolute, maybe the whole Federation, then I'm glad you did. So, my answer is yes.
Yeah, I just needed a yes. You didn't have to overthink it.
When do we act?
Now. Dr. Duval is already on the bridge.
All right. I'm ready.
Right. I didn't mind the idea of Jurassic Park 3.
It's now or never.
Captain Solano.
Commander Rydek, we need to talk about... Doctor? What brings you to the bridge?
Just a bit of housekeeping. You owe me a bioscan, Captain.
I don't have time for that right now.
It will only take a moment. I can't put this off any longer.
You can, and you will. All you'll find is that I'm quite reasonably under stress given the circumstances, and you aren't making it better. I'll find you in sickbay when I'm good and ready. Or, if you're gonna stand in the way of the mission, I can find you in the brig instead.
It's merely protocol, Captain. All officers that touch alien soil have to be bioscanned.
I know the protocol. It's not more important than chasing down these Draconian marauders.
Commander Rydek is right, Captain. We all have to follow the rules.
What is this?
We need you to comply with the scan, Captain.
That's enough. Drop this. All of you. I'm giving you a direct order, Commander Rydek. Stand down and go back to your
Screw
post.
you.
Now. Do not make me tell you again. I've been a starship captain since before you were in the academy.
I refuse. So do the others.
Well,
This is cool.
left me no choice. Security to the bridge. Arrest Commander Rydek.
You should. That would be probably be a pretty popular video. I would recommend it.
And mute.
Get back. Give her a chance to speak. Let's hear what she has to say.
That's enough, Lieutenant Bedrosian. Step aside or you'll join her in the brig.
No.
This is not Captain Solano. He's been bioformed. He's a Scion.
You're out of your mind.
She can prove it.
He sabotaged our efforts to track Galvin with this. He planted it in engineering while we were down on Delphi Ardu 4.
Lies! Perpetrated by the only Takan in our midst, Portal 6-3. He's actively trying to divide us from within.
Captain Solano has refused to be bioscanned because he knows it will reveal he's a Scion.
Uh-oh.
Take her to the brig, or I'll do it myself. Oh!
Wait! Stand down! That's an order!
What a hectic day on the ship, right?
Everyone hold until we get answers.
He's not Captain Solano any longer. We have a duty and responsibility to relieve him of command.
If you're wrong, there's no coming back from this.
I'm going to settle this once and for all.
Commander Rydick was right. Captain Solano has been compromised. He's been bioformed into a Takan.
As the Chief Medical Officer of the USS Resolute, I'm relieving Captain Zachary Solano of command.
Take him to the brig.
This is cool.
I don't know what I expected, but not this. I can't believe I shot the captain.
I did see the thumbnail. I probably didn't get the reference, though.
When you do that. When you're right.
I might not be alive if you hadn't.
Yeah. I suppose you're right.
Gotcha, I get it now. Yeah, I didn't pick up on that.
Set course for the Usonia system. Maximum orb. It's time to face Galvin.
Yes, Commander. Sorry. Captain. On your command.
Do it.
I kind of thought that was when Independence Day made Resurgence. That was basically all that was. They just like took everything and made it bigger. Made the spaceships bigger, made the explosions bigger, made the catastrophes bigger.
We're taking fire! Red alert! All hands to battle stations. Shield status.
Set to maximum, but with the algorithms compromised, they may not do much.
Captain, that other Elydian ship is here.
The Zeldi?
We're outnumbered.
Captain, your orders.
Evasive maneuvers.
Evasive maneuvers.
Hi, Captain.
The Vescar's warp engines are powering.
Right, that was kind of my problem with it.
Our warp engines are offline.
I mean, I understand movies not being realistic, but when they completely take you out of the movie by being so stupid, it's just like, alright, I'm out. That's kind of where I was with that one.
We have to destroy the Zeldi before it destroys us.
Diaz and Edsalar still over there? They'll need to evacuate.
Bring him back.
Come on.
Almost have it.
They gotta know we're here. Hurry. You got it?
Got it. Diaz to Resolute.
We read you, Diaz.
This is Ermot. It's good to hear your voice. Is Edsalar... is she with you? Everyone wants to know.
Yeah, we're both here. We're both okay.
Very good, Petty Officer.
What about that dead guy? Nobody's asking about the guy that got shot.
I can't transport you out while the Zeldi's shields are up. Our phaser fire won't even get through. Is there another way off that ship?
We'll find a way.
Whatever you do, you'll have to be quick about it. Because we can't give you much more time. We can't evade the Zeldi forever.
Understood. Diaz out. We're gonna have to get out of here the old-fashioned way.
Lydian ships have no escape pods.
We can leave out that cargo bay we transported to before. But then there's the vacuum of space to contend with.
Those freight containers. Maybe we could use those to make an escape pod?
Is that even possible?
We're gonna make it possible. Unless you have a better idea.
Let's go.
I've polarized the hull plating. That should allow us to take a few more hits. Enemy phaser impact dissipated.
Heading, Captain?
Yeah, it kind of did too, didn't it? Attack pattern Delta.
Attack pattern Delta. Target ventral power couplings.
Hi, Captain.
Zeldi, in range.
Fire!
Zeldi's shields down to 82%.
We're doing damage, but they're hitting us right back. We'll run out of hull before we penetrate their shields.
Perhaps I can be a resistance. I can modify your impulse engines to amplify their meager output and avoid more of their attacks.
Do it.
But I will need full access to your propulsion systems.
That goes against dozens of Starfleet regulations.
I don't care.
Security
Do it.
risk if the alternative is destruction.
To me, it's simple. You can take this beating and hope you can weather it. Or will you put your trust in me? I've left everything behind for you. The least you can do is put your faith in me.
Commander Ermot, give Bortle access to the propulsion systems. You're going to have the ship in your hands. Don't let me down.
This will take a moment.
War of the Worlds Goliath? That does sound cool. It's animated.
Your ship has let up its fire.
That gives us some time.
All right. One of these freight containers should do the trick.
Be quick.
Gotcha. That sounds
We
interesting.
need one big enough for all of us to fit inside. Something we can make airtight. Damn it. Not this one.
Escape pod.
big guy. No way this'll hold up in a vacuum. Oh, here we go. This'll work.
That's great, but it's not airtight yet.
No problem. We'll just seal it up.
This container is extremely heavy. Even with the containment field open, it won't leave the bay quickly.
I'll find something to accelerate our exit.
Glancing blow. Very little damage.
I cannot keep this up for long.
Their phaser banks are recharging. Now's our window. We have
It's
to
weird,
strike
they
back.
saved all the story, it seems like, for the third act. The whole first two acts were just those
Better make
mini
this
games
count.
and
Target
doing
their
random
weapon
stuff.
systems. Take the teeth out of their bite.
That could make them run. Just like the Veskar, we'd lose Diaz and Edzelar again. Hit their engines. We've already lost the Veskar.
We need to protect ourselves first.
Target their propulsion systems. I don't want them going anywhere.
Targeting their engines.
Whoa. We gotta move it now.
These will give us the push we need.
Right?
Explosives.
So the movie can happen, that's why.
Right out of here. All set.
I'll set the containment field to deactivate, then run back. We can detonate by remote.
We'll need to seal the doors from inside the container once we do.
Before all the air sucks out of the cargo bay.
Just a few more moments.
Hurry! What are they doing in there? Please, help me.
No. Let the Khan get what they deserve.
Don't leave me to die.
I don't know. Can we really leave her?
We can't. We don't have the time. We have to seal ourselves in.
This ship can't fly. Sidron set it to self-destruct. Please, Amenta.
It's not her.
No. I know it's not.
Carter.
That's brutal.
Don't leave me.
That's a good storytelling. I'm gonna have to do a playthrough where I let her in and see what happens.
Edzelar to Resolute.
I have the away team.
Go ahead.
We're about to exit.
We see the cargo bay containment field is deactivated.
Get that tractor beam ready. And you should know, the Zelda is set to self-destruct.
If we do enough damage
Yeah, I
to
actually
the
just
Zelda
watched the
first,
original
it'll
one
prevent the self-destruct
recently.
sequence
Just
from
probably, I think it
completing.
was around 4th of July. It's a great, it still holds up even 20 years later. It's still a great
We're
movie.
almost out of there.
25 years later now.
We need to act fast.
Fire
Prepare
everything.
all torpedo banks.
Aye, Captain. Locked on and ready to fire.
Fire.
Fire!
Detonate!
These guys had a pretty cool little adventure.
Tractor beams locked on. We have them. They'll be pulled into the docking bay shortly.
There's something else. I tracked a transporter signal to the planetoid moments before the Zeldi detonated.
Sidron.
There's a Takan structure there. It's the reason they were here. It's the reason we are here. Now.
He's got an infinity gauntlet.
We destroyed the Zeldi. He doesn't have a ship.
As far as we know.
He can't run from us down there.
We have to be sure he's neutralized.
I have to see what's down there.
Is this the Takan arsenal Galvin was after?
Legend says this region once held the sacred mysteries of the Takan Empire. Our greatest treasure. Our most fearsome technology.
I want a full security detail. Westbrook, Bridrosian, you're with me. Mr. Ermont, you have the con.
Wait. You're not the first officer anymore. The captain is supposed to stay with the ship. I'm surprised Lieutenant Bedrosian didn't raise that first.
I thought Captain Rydek knew what she was doing.
You're right. But this is too important for me to sit out. You'll just have to make sure nothing happens to me down there.
Of course, Captain.
We'll deal with the first officer vacancy when we return. Until then, Mr. Ermont?
Yes, Captain.
The Arsenal of Eternity.
Any sign of Sidron?
Not that I can see.
High alert, everyone. The enemy could be anywhere. Follow my lead.
Let's make this a short mission, all right?
That's the plan.
I'm no security officer. I'll do my best to make sure nothing happens. Captain. Phaser should work of the ice.
There we go. Kevin Smith's He-Man's getting a new season. Is that something they announced at like Comic-Con? I was following some of the Comic-Con stuff today.
this? Another Takan vault?
I didn't think the that first season was that horrible. Keith David is Hordak. That's right. I forgot Hordak showed up at the end of that first season.
I don't see a way in.
If he does it right, it could be good.
There must be some way to activate it.
Portal, can you open it? It is a Taconian vault.
I thought you'd never ask.
I think like SDCC would kind of suck this year with the writer strike.
Sometimes the answer is staring you right in the face.
Thank you. Definitely easier this way.
A small group of the writer strike was there. I believe it. I guess the actors are striking too, so there's like, when they strike, they're contractually obligated to not promote material, so they won't be speaking at the panels.
Find. And stay on high alert. You don't know where the Takan that beamed down here could be.
And I guess Marvel already pulled out of the SDCC this year. So yeah, I've seen some toys and some like previews of like TV shows and movies and games, but it hasn't been near what you normally get at a Comic-Con.
You will need my help, Commander.
How so?
Traversal here is trivial for a Takan, but only a Takan. When you come across a device you cannot use, merely call my name.
Will do. Thank you. This pattern resembles the transporter device Petty Officer Maris used to escape the Resolute. Portal 6-3?
You wish to make use of this device?
It's a transporter of some kind?
It allows Takan to move through space instantly a short distance. Very convenient. I will activate the system for you.
Where does it go?
I'm not sure. The markings here must be from after my time.
Well, only one way to find out.
Whoa. Yeah, I did see that, and TV shows are going to be doing the same thing. This might take a while. Okay, I just backtracked, which is good, because now I know kind of where I'm. Okay, cool. I think I did what I was supposed to do. That was a weird one.
Soil. Just soil. It's not from this planet, nor any planet in the Federation database. Why is this here?
This is soil from the homeworld. Our capital system. This isn't an arsenal. It's a temple of the ancients. Sacred ground to the Takon. I took my oath as a guardian of the Empire in a place just like this. You cannot imagine the look of pride in my parents' eyes as they said goodbye. Forever. Sorry. This is the first I've seen of anything new from the Takon Empire in a very long time. I'm sure you're familiar with the feeling. That sense of loss. I thought I was ready for it. But it cuts to the core of your being.
I totally understand that feeling. It's unavoidable and inescapable no matter what you do.
Yes, it's that distant but familiar feeling that's forever just out of reach.
Can you use this to find out more about what Galvin is after?
The information's encrypted. I can only discern that it's a warship. No. It's the Aphelion. Perhaps the most powerful Takonian ship ever built. I can't access the full file, but looking through the ship's schematics, it appears to be equipped with some sort of experimental, highly advanced transporter technology.
Now, that doesn't sound good.
Transporter technology? For what?
Captain, you better come see this.
They're calling me captain now.
There are more up ahead.
From the looks of it, I'd say someone left in a hurry.
Probably right around the time we showed up.
I've seen these before. The other vault. And if all of those are the same as this, then there must be...
Hundreds of millions, if not billions. All that remains of the Dakan civilization. Distinct person, encapsulated in crystalline form. Preserved for all eternity.
Given the size of this vault, there must have been tens of thousands of these cases, representing billions and billions of Dakan.
A threat on a truly massive scale. One your Federation can't easily contend with. What you have to understand is, these life forms were preserved for the benefit of the Dakan civilization, as a means of safeguarding the health and well-being of any Dakan, should they fall prey to illness or injury. They were never intended to be used for this purpose.
There you are wrong. This was always their purpose, to restore the glory that was lost.
Figures.
Please. Congratulations on your first victory in battle, Captain Rydek. You killed a great many of my compatriots, some that I've known for millennia. Are you proud of how much death you've caused? Each Dakan life is precious, irreplaceable. Centuries of knowledge and culture, lost with each one you murder.
I was protecting my crew. It's regrettable to take any life. But when someone threatens galactic civilization, force is the correct response.
And I suppose it worked. For now. Thankfully, I don't have to convince you of anything. We'll all be on the same side soon enough.
You can't just bioform whoever you want. Not without a fight.
Ah, but that's just it. There won't be a fight. In fact, most won't even know what's happened. One minute you're standing there as you. The next, you're standing here as one of us.
He's talking about mass transformation. That's what the Aphelion was built for.
The transporter. It'll reconstitute your DNA and bioform you into a Dakan in the blink of an eye.
That is the same plot in Picard Season 3.
In a manner of speaking, yes. Of course, that's the simple version. But the end result will be the same.
I realize you're here to gloat, and you seem pretty confident, but I'm not gonna let that happen.
It already is happening. The Aphelion is on its way here as we speak. Now it's only a matter of time. You can't delay that which is inevitable. Which makes your next decision fairly simple, brother. You are, after all, a portal.
I am.
Your sole purpose is to serve as a guardian of the Dakan Empire. But you stand here surrounded not by your fellow Dakan, but by members of the Federation. By people who deny our fundamental right to exist. You swore an oath to protect the Empire. And I can only assume that's why you're here.
There is only one true Dakan here, and that's Portal. You're a scion, a disgrace to the memory of the Dakan, brought back through unnatural means.
I only tolerate your presence so long as you continue to amuse me. Which side are you on?
Captain Rydek, long-range sensors suggest a massive spacecraft approaching in the distance.
The time has come. I hope we speak again brother.
Estimated time to contact, 6 minutes and counting.
We can't stay here. We have to get back to the ship.
And we have to preserve these souls. We must take them back to your ship.
Those crystals are ammunition to be used against us. We have to destroy them.
If we can
Bombard
steal the
site
enemy's
coordinates.
ammunition, that's
I'll
a pretty
decide
good
once we're
plan.
safely aboard the Resolute. For to transport.
Uh-oh. She looks compromised.
You have to hear me out, Captain. I've always stood by you. I committed mutiny for you. But if you bring those things on board, I'll have no choice but to resign.
If they're taken to the Aphelion, they will be forced into new bodies, brought back to life in a way they never asked for.
They're not living beings, but they're still dangerous. And if you don't make decisions to protect us, we're gonna end up like Solano. You, me, the entire crew. We're all next.
She definitely seems compromised.
2 minutes and counting. It's headed straight toward the vault. The Aphelion is coming into view now, Captain.
On screen.
Laying down now. Hey, I don't blame you. You have a good evening, Chad.
Arrival at the second
I appreciate you showing up and supporting the stream, brother. I'll be back Sunday night, too, with more Final Fantasy.
I would remind you, those life forms
Oh, man, what do we do?
Not science, to cop. They're not your enemy.
Right or wrong, history will judge you for this moment.
Bring him up. We'll save him.
Transport the storage crystals aboard the Resolute.
Did I hear that right?
That's an order.
We gotta seek out new life. We can't destroy it.
The storage crystals are on board in our cargo bay.
Thank you. I won't forget this.
And they can't use them against us now, so...
I hope you realize what you've done. We don't need another captain who's gonna risk our lives just to feed their ego. This ship and this crew come first.
Lieutenant.
She has to hear it.
This isn't about me. It's our duty as Starfleet officers to protect life, wherever and however we find it. And I couldn't let them fall into Galvin and Sidron's hands. I had to do it this way.
That's where I was at.
Think. I used to look up to you.
The Aphelion is targeting us, approaching rapidly.
They hit us with that bioforming ray, and it's over. Maximum warp. Get us out of here.
Where, Captain?
Anywhere but here. Now!
There they are!
You did what had to be done with the Tasker. I know you were against it before, but it was what she would have wanted. The Tasker can rest now. Even if I wavered in the moment. It wasn't a question of time.
I'm sorry you lost your friend.
In her final moments, I'm sure she counted you as a friend as well.
No surprises here.
You know, I don't think this game has had any patches come out yet to fix all the glitchiness. I'm kind of surprised because it's been out for over a month now.
Thank you. I'll find you afterwards.
You two, check in at your stations. This thing isn't over yet.
I actually liked Better Call Saul almost more than Breaking Bad. It was I don't know, it was a different take on crime, and I liked it.
She was a good little escape pod. Not that I want another ride like that anytime soon.
Diaz.
Yeah?
Did you see our people over there? Miranda?
Kapoor, Hauser?
We saw Miranda and Kapoor, but they're bioformed. And as far as I know, there's no way to undo it.
That means they're not our friends anymore.
If they attack us?
We'll have to stop them. No matter what it takes.
Yeah. I guess we have to be ready for that.
I can't believe it, but I'm actually looking forward to seeing Chobok. Not that I'd expect this kind of welcome from him, but I can just imagine the look on his face.
You know what? I want to see him too. It'll be nice to get one piece of normalcy.
I'm sure we can count on him for that.
I can't believe it. You evaded the Takan, ejected their warp cores, and lived to talk about it.
Hell yeah, we did.
Sums it up.
They're gonna be teaching this at the Academy for years to come. I mean it. Everybody's gonna learn.
You
how
can't
pulled it
teach
off.
that.
Well, what we did, you can't just teach that.
Maybe not, but I'm sure they'll try. I heard about Belle. Is Miranda?
As far as we know, she's still out there.
Well, I know Captain Rydek will do her best to get her back.
Hold on. Rydek? What about Captain Solano?
He was turned into a Takan. Rydek had to take over. She's a hell of an officer, but none of us have been up against anything like this. No one has.
It was just a great story the way they told it.
We'll just have to step up and work that much harder to help Captain Rydek.
It's gonna take all of us.
Like those last few scenes of Better Call Saul were just brilliant.
It is agreeable to see you again.
The exact opposite of like the first few scenes,
It was
kind
by
of.
no means a certainty that you would return to duty here.
It is agreeable to see you as well, sir.
I concur.
You should know your absence has left engineering terribly short-handed. During your sojourn, this department has fallen unacceptably behind schedule on both regular and irregular duties.
I gotta admit, it's a little flattering that this place went to hell so fast without me. So, I'll take that as a compliment.
I believe factors other than your absence were also to blame. Normally, I would assign you to one of the many pressing repair tasks. But, given your experience on board the Zeldi, I have suggested you join the senior staff briefing as we determine our next course of action.
Ooh.
You can commence your maintenance shift afterwards.
I tended to an Elydian earlier. Major Starlet Arminta?
Ah, yes. I met him at the negotiations.
I never would have imagined I'd be here, on the same ship, working together with our oppressors. But now that I am, I can imagine a future where the Hotari and Elidians are no longer enemies. I always hoped for peace, but it seems so far away.
Well, if there's any way I can help, let me know.
I'll take you up on that. It's good to have the support of a Starfleet captain, I'm sure.
It's coming along nicely. Thank you, Tyler. I'll take it from here. We're almost done.
I have to brief Ambassador Spock in a few minutes.
Ambassador Spock can wait. You have some fences to mend. Personally, I'm against the needless destruction of innocent life forms, so I'm glad you transported the Draconian crystals onto the ship. But Lieutenant Bedrosian obviously feels otherwise. And right now, you need the full support of your bridge crew. Being an effective leader requires trust. But an issue as divisive as this can create discord.
I don't expect everyone will agree with my decisions, and she's entitled to a different opinion, but I'll handle Lieutenant Bedrosian.
You'll be fine, just as long as people feel like they're being heard. It's been a chaotic last few days for everyone. You need to name a new first officer in preparation for what's
Yes,
coming.
it has.
You'll have to work to regain Lieutenant Bedrosian's trust, but if she's removed from consideration, it comes down to Westbrook or Ermot. Obviously, there are pros and cons with each, but ultimately, the decision is yours. Commander Westbrook has seniority and was hoping to be Captain Solano's first officer. Ermot has the knowledge and experience that makes him more than qualified.
To be honest, Lieutenant Bedrosian feels like the perfect fit for the position.
No, she doesn't.
I would otherwise agree. Given what happened, that'll take some work on your part.
We'll probably have to pick the blue skin guy.
You're as good as new.
Thank you, Dr. Duvall.
Always nice to have a captive audience. Really shouldn't keep Ambassador Spock waiting.
Captain.
I'll meet you inside.
I'm here to officially tender my resignation from the crew of the USS Resolute. I cannot in good conscience continue to serve aboard this ship, not while the interests of the enemy take precedent over the safety of the crew.
Listen, Lieutenant, I understand how you feel, and I respect your opinion. You're one of the most valuable officers on the bridge, which is why I cannot accept your resignation.
Yeah, he was like a crooked cop who did some bad stuff, and he was kind of hiding from himself. Or hiding from his past.
Submitted my letter of resignation to Starfleet Command.
My door is always open if you change your mind.
We'll have Ambassador Spock via subspace shortly.
Thank you, Mr. Ermot.
I'll notify Lieutenant Bedrosian we're about to begin.
That won't be necessary.
Petty Officers Diaz and Edsolar have first-hand experience with our adversaries. I thought it advantageous for them to join this briefing. I understand this is unusual, but I trust you have no objections.
Talk about moving up in the world.
These are unusual times, Mr. Chobak.
In all
Yes, they are.
What Diaz and Edsolar accomplished aboard the Zeldi is nothing short of remarkable. They're both to be commended, not only for surviving against incredible odds, but for helping our efforts against these scions.
You know, Carter deserves most of the credit. None of us would have made it without his help. We'd all be bioformed by this point.
There were way more people involved than just me. Not only Petty Officer Edsolar, but we had help from an Elidian officer named Arminta as well.
Interesting.
Ambassador Spock is ready for you.
Put him through.
Captain Rydek, your recent change in station certainly warrants mention, and I trust you to faithfully execute your expanded duties. Right now, we must keep our attention on the...
Better save Saul. That'd be cool.
The Takan and their warship.
I think I've actually heard of that company. Game Graveyard? That sounds familiar.
They are likely the first targets for mass bioforming. After that lies Federation space. I have advised Starfleet Command to send an impromptu battle group to intercept and assist you, but that will take time. You are our first line of defense. And with our shield algorithms compromised, we are at a great disadvantage. Of course, you know that as well as I do.
I'm glad to hear the battle group is en route, Ambassador. With what we're up against, we're gonna need all the help we can get.
And you will have it. Remember, our strength is drawn from our ability to work together towards a common goal.
Have we made any progress in finding a way to defend ourselves from the Aphilion's bioforming weapon?
Currently, our shields will not protect us, but I am compiling all of the information the away team gathered on the Zeldi and cross-referencing it against our own as well as Portal 6-3's methods.
The away team is sitting right here. They survived without getting bioformed, so we know it's possible. So, what's the secret? How do we defend ourselves? Is there a weakness we can exploit? Something we can do to avoid getting bioformed?
As simple as it sounds, the best thing to do is to not get caught. Whether it's one-on-one or the whole ship.
We avoided the Takan as much as we could.
But we saw the bioforming, and there's not much you can do.
I found something that might help. It's too soon to say for sure, but we've had some promising indications that Duridium can delay the bioforming process.
Duridium?
It's not a cure. It's not going to bring anyone back we've already lost. But Duridium is a cell stabilizer, so it has the potential to slow down the onset of physical and mental changes, if not entirely prevent them. And it might be the only ship in the fleet with this much Duridium on hand. In fact, a lot of ships wouldn't have any.
Doctor, you just gave me an infusion and didn't think to mention it?
I am the chief medical officer, and it was my determination that
I did see it, the Johnny Cage one.
You should have told
It was the least...
The amount needed to slow bioforming.
I was least excited for that one. Like, I saw it and I'm like, I get the 80s vibe that they were doing, but I saw Raiden was in there and a few other people, but I couldn't see the bigger connection.
Sounds like it won't do us much good.
I liked it though. Like, I'm probably gonna wind up buying them all on Blu-ray because I want to get the Scorpion one, the Kenshi one, and now this one. Like, if they're making a whole series of them, I'm gonna probably wind up picking them all up.
Prepare a delivery method for this remedy.
I did see that was Gilbert Gottfried's last work too. I was even, when I was watching the trailer, I was like, I hope they give him a proper,
Assuming the
you know,
Aphelion uses shields of some kind,
a proper memorial on it, or send-off.
We may not be able to block the Aphelions' attack either.
Yeah, that was kind of what I got. Like, it was ripping off Miami Vice. Even had the Don Johnson jacket on, and even had the Miami Vice logo. And it just felt off.
Captain Rydek from Tau.
Exactly. We could send an away team onto.
But I'm gonna watch it. We'll see where they go with it.
So we could destroy it from the inside.
That's kind of the vibe I was getting. It's just before he joins the tournament.
That's the idea.
I think Portal could still help us. If he can't get a first-hand look at the Aphelion, he might be able to identify a weakness.
After sparing the remnants of his civilization, I should hope he'd help us.
He will.
We'll need to prepare a boarding party, if it comes to that.
Petty Officers Edsalar and Diaz are the logical choices to lead any away mission to the Aphelion. They have already crippled one enemy ship. If anyone can do so again, it is them.
This isn't like the engineering mission that took you to the Zeldi. Do you really have some special insights that a tactical team wouldn't?
Doesn't the fact that we're here speak for itself?
Just surviving won't be enough this time.
We found that only a Takan can operate their technology to its fullest. So, unless we want to try to do this with one hand tied behind our backs, we're definitely going to need an assist from this portal guy.
I like that even less.
Like it or not, that's the truth.
Yes. Portal should be part of the away team. There's no question in my mind.
If this is the necessary course of action, I support it.
I will compile all the latest data on the tricorders, just in case.
In the meantime, I want you working on ways we can combat the Takan tech. Shields, weapons, anything we can use.
Yes, Captain.
Anything else, Ambassador?
I know this matter is in capable hands. Hold the line as best you can.
That almost looks like,
Thank you.
like 32-bit graphics or 64-bit graphics. With that Spock right there. I don't know if that was a glitch or what, but I was like, that looked really bad.
I have faith in all of you to meet this moment with the urgency it requires. I expect all of us to give it everything we've got. Thank you, Petty Officers Diaz and Edsolar. You're dismissed.
While we have a quorum of senior staff, there is a procedural element we need to take care of. The Resolute command codes must be transferred to Captain Rydek for control of the ship.
Of course.
Computer, transfer all command codes to Captain Jaro Rydek. Voice authorization Ermot, Echo 4 Lima.
Voice authorization Duval. Beta 2 Yankee.
Voice authorization Westbrook. Alpha 7 Tank.
Awaiting your authorization, Captain.
Alpha Bravo Charlie, we are going to be Bravo 5 Whiskey Tango.
Voice authorization, Rydek. Bravo 5 Whiskey.
Captain's codes transfer. The updated command structure is incomplete. Please designate a new first officer.
Who is the new first officer?
Please designate a new first officer.
I am proud to name Commander Ermot.
He seems like the best qualified one. I was going to go for the girl, but she quit on me.
Thank you, Captain. I promise I won't let you down.
Computer, Commander Ermot is the new first officer of the USS Resolute.
Awaiting voice authorization.
Voice authorization Ermot, Echo 4 Lima.
Authorization is now complete.
Now, if you'll excuse me, there's work to be done.
Nicely done. I think that went well.
Captain Rydek!
Excuse me for a minute.
This is just unbelievable, unacceptable, inexplicable. To be the most senior officer on the bridge, and to be passed over again.
I knew he'd get mad about it.
Leave you to Lieutenant Bedrosian, with the information about Captain Solano being compromised instead of me. This... I've never felt more humiliated.
I know how you must feel given your seniority and history aboard this ship. You have every right to be angry, but I had to factor what would best serve our interests at this particular point in time. Which is why I chose Commander Ermot.
He's not even close to being first officer.
Yeah, that other guy's a lot more cool-headed anyway. This guy's...
who's never set foot off the ship.
He's been nothing but hot-headed.
Serious liability at a time when we need experience.
The crew on this ship has experienced as many challenges and tragedies as any crew could be expected to endure. What we need now, more than anything, is stability and reliability. A calm and reassuring presence.
Ridiculous.
I'm gonna have to get that guy transferred off my ship.
I don't understand. Give me everything she's got. It doesn't make a
And
difference.
I will be right back.
Something is actively slowing us down.
Keep trying. What's the situation in engineering?
I can't raise them. Internal comms are down.
It's the ionic interference. It's spiking again. If we reinitialize the central communications trunk, it should compensate. I know the process, Captain. With your permission, I'll go handle it.
Of course.
If Galvin manages to catch us, there's nothing we can do. We're no match for Taconian technology. Not to mention the shield frequencies. As if that wasn't enough of a challenge of its own.
No matter the odds, we'll keep fighting to the end.
We're being pulled out of warp!
I've got the Aphelion rapidly bearing down on our position.
We're being hailed by the Aphelion. Galvin demands to be heard.
On screen.
You thought you could run? That I would let you escape so easily after taking what's mine? How pathetic and predictable. At least you can take solace knowing you'll be a far braver Takan than you were as a cowardly Kobliad. Isn't any one of your people perished? If your every instinct is to run from a fight.
You underestimate the lengths I'm willing to go to ensure you don't succeed.
Sadly, this is as far as you'll get. We both know I hold your fate in the palm of my hand. That I could crush you in an instant if I so desired. And as much as I'd like to, you have another purpose to serve. As one of us.
Red alert! Handar, get us out of here! Evasive maneuvers!
I gotta say, this game got really cool in this third act. I really love this third act.
They've hit us. Decks 8 through 10.
Uh-oh.
I'm not reading any structural damage.
You're converting my crew.
They were targeting the crew, not the ship.
Captain, we have to respond with force. Return fire. Don't let them attack without a counter.
Fire photon torpedoes! Target the source of the beam!
No damage from the photon torpedoes.
Shields.
Their shields are still at full strength. The Aphelion's just too powerful.
Damage report from the lower decks.
Still can't get through on the comms, Captain. If that was the bioform array, we have to assume there are now Takan on board the Resolute. They could all be Takan at this point.
Seal the bridge. No one gets access without my permission.
I think that would be wise.
Here are your new tricorders. Now go. Get to the transporter room.
that seems kind of final.
We don't know who's on what side, Carter.
Like, shoot everybody.
Come on!
He got a stun setting. It is cool though.
Transporter room 1.
You're coming with us?
A security officer told me your funeral, which I gladly accepted.
These are
Of course he would.
doses. You need to take the dose as soon as you're exposed for it to be effective. Now, take it right before if you can get the Khan to wait while you do it.
I'm having trouble locking onto the transporter path through the interference.
I've done this before. I have to align the transporter with the tetrametric signature. We need to tunnel through the shields.
That looks good, isn't it?
There's a problem. We don't have enough power to make the jump. I might be able to divert power from...
Stand aside. The signal is now resolved. I couldn't let you fumble about any longer.
Thanks for that.
No need. We must be on our way. I am Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Khan Empire.
Nice to meet you, Portal.
We're right behind you.
Do us proud over there. Ready to transport.
Energize.
Just guessing this is probably the final chapter. Feels like one anyway. No, my wedding days might be behind me. If anybody else needs to get married, I guess, you know, I got the license, so I can marry people, but...
It's almost a shame we have to scuttle it. The galaxy has never seen a ship like this.
It is beautiful. I'll give you that.
It is one of those things you can make money off doing it. Like, if I lived in, like, a big city, you know, and it was like a thing, like... You could be like a wedding officiant and make money off of it and get good at it.
The signal's gone. Are they there? Did you get them?
They didn't make it.
We don't have time to mourn. We have to get to the Cartabula and disable it.
Hopefully before the battle group shows up.
It's served up for the Aphelions' next meal.
I am saturated in Draconian power readings. I can't feel the source just yet.
This way.
Nothing. I can't reach anyone on the lower decks. Internal comms appear to be fully operational again.
That
This is really similar to Picard Season 3 plotline with the whole transporting the crew. Everybody except the senior crew gets transported into the aliens.
Window of time to cut them off before.
Captain, we're holding them off as best we can on Deck 9, but...
If they spread throughout the decks, we'll never know who to trust.
Lock down the affected areas immediately. Close the bulkheads and erect the containment fields. No one is allowed in or out without my authorization.
There could be crew members who aren't affected who could get locked inside.
That's a risk we'll have to take.
Locking down the lower decks.
And what happens if some of the bioformed manage to escape? How should the crew engage them? Or should they? Don't want suspicion to run rampant.
We should be cautious. If a situation arises, I want phasers set to stun.
Of course. I'll let the crew know to proceed with caution.
Can't be killing everybody.
Commander Westbrook has been gone for quite some time.
The comm system he went to investigate. It's near the affected area. Commander Westbrook? Commander Westbrook, are you there?
Computer shutdown initiated.
Commander Westbrook. He's the one who initiated the shutdown.
That's impossible.
We have 10 minutes until the computer core shuts down and all systems are completely offline. A complete loss of all critical ship functions.
That's not good.
Only the captain can override it. The computer core itself.
With me.
Stop! Identify yourselves! We're just trying to figure out what's happening. Ah, to hell with it.
This is pretty cool.
You have to get to the computer core! Go!
Master console is up there. I don't have much time.
How do I get to it?
Captain, are you in here? Are you all right? Ermont asked me to come find you. I came the minute I heard you might be in danger. I'll get this door open. I think I remember the code. Hope you haven't been hurt, Captain. It's not safe here. Chaos in the halls. What's the meaning of this?
Sorry, you gotta answer your badge, dude. You can't ghost me. We're in a crisis situation. I need my communication people working. How is he still awake?
Delaying the inevitable.
Computer termination sequence in progress. Awaiting Captain's authorization.
Oh. He's like one of those Chuck E. Cheese things, those bopper things. That's what he reminds me of.
Cancel computer shutdown.
Smack him.
Kill me? It goes against everything you believe in. Besides, you and I, we have history.
Westbrook and I have history. You're not him.
Okay. Okay.
Awaiting Captain's authorization. Awaiting Captain's authorization.
Cancel computer shutdown. Voice authorization, Rydick. Bravo. 5. Whiskey.
Bravo 5 whiskey. I might have to use that in real life. Belly of the Beast. All of these feel like final missions.
These are the arteries of power coming from the cortabula at the heart of the Aphelion. I can feel it coursing through my own body. Look there. I cannot move as freely inside this ship. Those emitters are why. If they were deactivated, I could travel past this chamber without setting foot in it.
Only Takan can use Takan technology. How do I turn them off?
Place these on the emitters. It will suppress their effect. The guards none the wiser.
Got it.
I'm coming too.
If we both get caught, it's over. If it's just me, you can try again after I fail.
Well then, don't screw it up.
I can't face or any of the guards. Learn every Takan in here.
Almost got it. Huh?
Uh-oh. He almost saw me.
Nothing. What's that?
Oh.
I can't face or any of the guards. Alert every Takan in here. Those guards can see the whole room from there. How am I gonna get past them? Maybe the crystals portal gave me will get a reaction out of these consoles. It worked! Better move.
Uh-oh.
What the? It's too dark. I see you. Die, Federation.
Dang it. We got one down. What, two to go? This guy definitely needs to get a promotion after this, that's for sure. No more of this petty officer stuff. Hey, what's up, Clutch? Welcome to the stream. Played the game 3 times now. I'm loving it too. I'm having a good time. I love the story of it. Yeah, that's the one game I couldn't get into. I tried playing online, and it's definitely not made for like consoles. I have been having a real good time with this game, though. Yeah, this one's actually really impressed me with the storytelling and like the way the gameplay is. They do a great job of capturing like what it would be like to be a Star Trek officer. Well, I meant the like using this to try to do all the ship functions. It kind of sucks. Like I could see where it's better to use a keyboard for like. My problem was like you'd have to hit this button and then cycle through here to hit to hit your phasers and then hit your shields, and it got too much for me. I was just like, yeah, I don't like I didn't like online. Nothing wrong with it though. Like it's a great I like Star Trek Online. I can't do online games that much. Whoa, sorry, I'm talking. Rydak's a cool character. I'm liking Diaz. Diaz is actually starting to grow on me. I was like, this guy needs a promotion. I would like to see this game get a sequel, but I doubt it will, being that it's the Telltale people. Yeah, I think I pissed them off too. I had fun overthrowing them. That was like my favorite part of the game.
Is someone there?
Nope, nobody here.
I thought I saw someone. Huh? I must be mistaken.
Yeah, he was pretty much a pretty shitty captain. They established that from the early, like right off the first chapters. Is just like, oh, there was an accident, and it was a totally avoidable accident. I'm gonna play it again and get like platinum this one and try to get all the other achievements. Cause I was straight up with Riker in this one, and I want to do a playthrough where I lie to him. I'm just curious to what's the differences with all this stuff. Or like if I agree with Captain Solano, like I'm curious.
What's that? Got you.
I shouldn't have even done that. I can't crawl up there. Yeah, I would even take something in a different time period. Although I do love this time period. I'm glad they chose like post-Nemesis time period.
Someone there.
Alright, 2 out of 3. You'd love to see a Gundam game in this format? I'd probably play a Gundam game if it was in this kind of a format.
Well done.
Let's get out of here. More emitters. Guess we can't teleport the rest of the way.
It looks like we're walking. I thought this, the way the bioformed was very similar to like Picard Season 3's plot line, with how the transported would just turn you into Borg. And this one, that ray would just instantly turn them. There was like a few minutes there when I was playing this where I was like, that's very familiar. Just like Indiana Jones with an invisible bridge.
This might control that craft. Portal, a little help?
I was surprised too to see this bringing this guy in, like taking that one throwaway episode from a season 1 of Next Generation and turning that into an entire video game. I was really like shocked and impressed with that decision and that approach. Yeah, I can try to answer your question.
What the hell? I've got this thing set to maximum stun. How are they getting up?
Something's different about the Takan here. Stunning isn't an option.
That's a good question. I've never heard of that species before, but I'm sure it's in one of the series. It's either in Deep Space Nine or one of them. That's a good. I don't know if they just made that up for the game. With that, like the deuterium like injections they got to get. That's a good question. I just kind of played it off and was like, okay, that's the species. I never thought if that's something out of canon from anything.
We have to sink that other ship. Shoot the pilot.
Deuterium, that's what I meant.
Guardian! You saw what they did to our ancestors! How do you stand with them?
Looked like he had doubts for a minute.
Left them behind. I've seen it with my own eyes. They're not real Takan. We were conquerors, not parasites. The souls I pushed your captain to spare will not be used for this end.
I'll tell you what these scions are. They're fanatics. They won't stop for anything.
Yes. So, we must be fanatical in return if we are going to stop them.
No hesitation. This ends here.
I think that would make sense. Because that part is kind of like the Cardassian War. That's largely unexplored.
I'm doing everything I can, but I can't shake her.
A no-win scenario.
I figured without me you didn't stand a chance. I'm here for the ship and the crew, not for you.
You quit, lady.
I couldn't just sit in my quarters, waiting to get turned into a Takan.
I don't care how you feel.
I put a lot of stock in her, and she let me down. At least in this playthrough.
With bioform Takan on board, they'd rather cripple us if they can.
If we lose the engines, we can't avoid the bioforming ray.
Yeah, the button mashing in the QuickTime games in Man of Medan were freaking hard. Even on easy, they were pretty impossible. They're a lot better on the PS5 remastered.
They're here.
They did improve it. Ooh, the fleet is here.
We're being hailed by the USS Titan.
Hey, what's up, Kevin Daddy? Welcome to the stream, brother. How you doing? Hope you're having a good weekend so far.
Here as fast as we could. Looks like you've got your hands full with this monster.
We're damn
The gang is all here. This is cool.
We can use all the help we can get.
I told you I'd be
Let's
here.
do this.
So, what are we up against?
They're powering up for another attack.
Oh, he was on the Titan, wasn't he? Awesome.
Open a channel to all Starfleet ships immediately.
Starting emergency transmission.
This is Captain Jara Rydek of the USS.
If you get into the end of it, this is getting cool.
With a bioforming ray that can transform your entire crew instantaneously. Avoid being hit at all costs.
And remember, they have our shield algorithms, so take preemptive evasive action.
Miranda class.
It's only a matter of time before they get their bearings. And when they do, they're going to turn against us. The sooner we attack them, the better.
They could all be Takan. Or none of them.
Yeah, I would have had her transferred off, but there was no way to transfer her.
And we can't afford to be wrong.
Hail them. See if we get a response.
My biggest problem with the game was the transport mini game where I had to build up the power. Oh gosh, that was like 20 minutes of stalling out my stream trying to figure that out.
In for a closer look.
Aye, Captain.
You're doing okay, Kevin Daddy? I'm pretty good. I can't complain. I've been enjoying the heck out of this last part of the game. The story has been really impressing me.
That's not a
Like that.
Starfleet
That's
ship.
cool.
The
How can that
Takan
not
have
be
it.
cool?
Shields at full power.
You should have known with a Miranda class ship. It's like that's way out of service.
Shields are holding against the Pawtucket's attack. For now, at least.
Fire.
Fire photon torpedoes.
I don't know how many of those we got left, but we're gonna keep firing them. Yeah, mine's pretty slow and clunky too. I was even saying like this game's been out over like 2 months almost, and there hasn't been any patches out for it. I don't think.
Heavy damage reported in astrometrics.
Fire everything we've got. I've always wanted to say that. Fire everything we've got.
Hit them with everything we've got.
Watch like 5 things come out. 4. That's everything we got. No phasers, no nothing.
Stay with it. Keep firing. Their weapon systems are offline.
Captain, I suggest we minimize the collateral damage. Destroy
I
their
agree.
engines and we can turn our focus to the Aphelion. It's the most prudent thing to do. And I hope they would do the same if the situation was reversed.
Take out their engines. Fire when ready.
Targeting their engines.
That's a steam runner class? I thought it was a Miranda class. You have no Wi-Fi? That would suck.
Captain Rydick, the Aphelion is too much for any one of us to take on alone. And collectively, we might just have a shot.
On our way. Full impulse power.
Aye, Captain.
Attack the bridge, attack bioforming ray. The ray.
Target the bioforming ray. Fire photon torpedoes.
Firing photon torpedoes.
We don't have any more of those. I don't understand fire everything I've got, and that only shoots out 4 torpedoes. No phasers, no nothing.
I've lost helm control. Trying to reestablish.
Weapons and defensive systems are down too.
Engine output remains consistent. It's not reaching its destination.
This is what happened to the Enterprise.
They're draining our energy.
We're caught in it too.
I hope the away team finds some way to help.
Oh, nice. Devo's going to be there. That'll be cool.
If there is a way to disable the Aphelion, it's there.
That was kind of my problem with it on season 3 of Picard, when they're like, fire everything, and like 2 or 3 like phasers come out. Like, what the hell are you doing? That's all you got? Better talk to him before I climb up there.
The Cortabula. I can feel the energy.
Don't get too used to it. We're gonna take that thing down.
This guy definitely gets the Employee of the Month award. Yeah, I agree. I have to agree, Kevin Daddy.
I wouldn't do that. We have to turn off this energy field to enter. I must do it. It requires the hands of the Takon. Is it working?
It started.
Is the opening wide enough to get through? Well, is it wide enough?
I would think with the replicators you would have to have some kind of mass to transform into another kind of mass, so... I mean, I get understanding, like, running out of them, but... But according to, like, Star Trek lore, like, the replicators, like, you're eating, like, reformed shit when you're eating the food, the replicator food. Like, that's what they do with their, with the waste, is it gets recycled that and turned into the proteins that you need for food. Which I always thought it was cool, like you could just eat a hamburger and then, but I'm like, now that I know, I'm like, that's resequenced shit is what you're eating. I don't know if I could, I don't know if I could eat replicator food. Yeah, I would think there'd be a lot of parts to replicate too, a lot of like complex parts.
Your bond to your people. You can bring your empire back, and all you have to do is nothing. Stand back, and we will handle them.
So much time doing nothing.
We probably just said the wrong thing to him.
I will take action. I will exterminate these heretics. This won't take long. I'll be back.
Give him hell, Portal.
I was made for this.
Do it.
If you can get to the Cartabula, don't wait for me.
We'll hold the line.
Yeah, I didn't like the replicators in Voyager. I thought there was a whole lot of problem with the writing on that show. Like replicator rations, I don't know if they ever really explained that.
Maybe we can widen it with a containment field from the tricorder. Oh!
I don't think we can crowbar our way in.
It takes a Takan to do it.
Oh, Jesus.
That's far enough.
Ouch.
Carter, I could have killed you both, easily. But the part of me that is still Miranda won't let me. She compels me to bring you into the fold. I will make you one of us.
Oh, maybe that was a bad idea. You were never able to watch Voyager the whole way through. I got through it. It wasn't bad. It's yeah, the documentary I watched on
You'll understand.
on Amazon actually talked about that, of why they played it safe. Kind of explained how they wouldn't let Deep Space Nine go episodic or whatever. Oops, I didn't know. I didn't mean to kill her. She's probably happier being dead than being an alien, though, truth be spoken.
You killed her.
But yeah, I guess like Deep Space Nine wasn't. It was supposed to be, you know, a standalone episode everything, and they wanted to do like more episodic. And then once they abandoned, they wouldn't let them do it that way, and then they kind of abandoned Deep Space Nine to focus on Voyager, and that's when Deep Space Nine was able to do that do the episodic or whatever, and it got a lot better. Like that's when the show got better. Apparently, it was a good series, like documentary. I recommend it.
Now it's over.
He did break a lot of laws. I think that's why Deep Space Nine is as popular as it was, is because it was so outside the box. Like, they kind of introduced the Section 31 and that whole poisoning the changelings or whatever with that virus. Like, that was some pretty messed up storytelling. But I do think that's why a lot of people thought it was captivating. I'm more personally, like, I like the ship stuff, so I was into Next Generation and Voyager just because I like the Navy feel of, like, being on a spaceship going from place to place. That was a lot of my appeal to Star Trek. So it took me until Deep Space Nine was completely over and done until I would finally watch it. But I do have to agree, it's one of the... Deep Space Nine's kind of the glue that holds the entire franchise together. I will give it that.
It's the only way.
Plus, they got Chief O'Brien. He's like the coolest one ever. He's literally the coolest Starfleet officer in existence.
I'll do it. We don't have time to stand around to try to figure another way.
I'll do it.
Everyone's counting on us.
No. I'll take it. I know you don't want that thing inside of you.
Should be Diaz.
I'll give you the Duridium, then I'll get out of the way. And you'll have to.
Good idea.
Ready?
I'm ready.
It's been a long road getting from there to here. I like Diaz. I didn't want him to die. Or bioform or whatever. I liked Enterprise too. I'll throw Enterprise in there. It wasn't great at all, especially the finale, but it was entertaining. The Federation worse than the Borg.
We don't have much time.
That's a pretty good argument. Yeah, I can't take away that argument. That's a pretty good argument. Clutch. Yeah, Enterprise was off the rails. I tried to enjoy it, but it was off the rails.
I can read it.
Enterprise is one of those shows that finally got good right when they were canceling it. Like, that last season was actually pretty much decent. See, Picard, I didn't like Picard at all. I liked the third season, but I will never watch those first two seasons.
You're talking to the guy that's in charge. Pipe down while I work.
Carter, you're kind of scaring me.
It's okay. I'm still in control. We've reached the Cartabula.
Very good. Are you all right?
Yeah, we're inside. That's what matters.
The captain of Picard. Were you talking about the Captain Shaw? That guy was cool. 7 of 9's like Captain. He was cool. I like the theory that on Enterprise, Scott Bakula is still Quantum Leap. He just jumped into a Starfleet captain's body,
I'm receiving tricorder transmissions from the away team.
which would make Starfleet or Star Trek and Quantum Leap like in the same universe, I guess.
They're bleeding us dry. But they're not just taking our power, they're routing it through the Cartabula.
Hey, thanks for stopping in, Clutch. I appreciate the support, brother. You have a great weekend. And hopefully I'll see you again. I'm streaming Final Fantasy 16 on Sunday nights. So if you're into that game, I'll be doing that on Sundays. And if not, it was awesome meeting you. I wasn't shocked. I knew that Quantum Leap reboot wasn't going anywhere. It's like the MacGyver reboot and Lethal Weapon reboot TV shows. I don't think they did anything either. You into that game but you won't watch? I don't blame you. It's a beautiful looking game though. I was definitely blown away with a lot of it. Did they ever get Richard Dean Anderson to reprise, to come back and play like MacGyver's dad or anything?
There. That's the Resolute's warp core resonant frequency.
And these others?
It was a straight up remake. Okay. I was kind of hoping it would have been like his kid, like they would have revealed that. I'd watched like the first episode or two. Alright, what am I doing?
That frequency matches the Titan's warp
There's a
core
video where
resonance.
Richard Dean Anderson actually talked about that. I'd like to check that out, actually. I used to watch the original one growing up back in the day. I actually remember when the final episode aired. I watched it like that night.
Same engine platform.
They're just tuned a little differently. I must be getting information from the bioforming, but this warning, it means that it's struggling with the power stacked up at close frequencies.
The Cartabula can't handle the dissonance?
Maybe.
Irma to await. Are you reading these Starfleet engine signatures?
We are. You need to see this. The Steamrunner class frequencies are causing problems for the Aphilion's energy source.
It is a Steamrunner class, okay.
They're vulnerable. We have to use this.
Captain, if they want to take all of our power, I suggest we give it to them.
How?
There were two MacGyver TV. I never saw them, like the TV movies.
Maximum warp output tuned to those same frequencies. It could overload their core.
There is merit to the theory. But if we attempt this, it would preclude any other course of action.
I wouldn't risk this ship without good reason.
Oh, gotcha. Nice clutch. Yeah, fun setting that up.
If this is going to succeed, we'll need all Starfleet ships to pitch in. We aren't alone anymore. We need to leverage that.
Are you a PC gamer, or?
We'll need the away team to guide us to the right frequency.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're putting a lot of faith in us, Captain. That's a hell of a plan. We don't want to let you down.
I've got faith in you, and the rest of this crew. Now let's give them hell.
Yes, Captain.
See if we can get the good ending.
Found an ejector team for the Cartabula.
So we can disengage it, just like we did with the Zeldy's warp cores.
Yeah, but it'll only activate if this thing gets completely overloaded.
So we gotta take it right up to the edge of destruction.
We are increasing the warp core resonant frequency now.
You can't do this. You'll destroy everything I've waited for.
If that thing wants to take over, it's going to have to go through the both of us.
I think this is still when Captain Riker's in command of the Titan.
I'm gonna fight it right.
I think this takes place like just shortly after, like a year or two after Nemesis.
I can always count on you. You'll stand by me to the end.
This isn't the end.
Is something wrong?
No, we're fine.
Do you see our output frequency changing?
We do.
What is the impact on the Aphelion systems?
Keep it up, Resolute. It's starting to work.
You're morbidly curious to see what the disastrous Friday the 13th series get. I don't know if I want to look at it. I'll probably wait for the whole first season to come out and then hear what the internet has to say about it before I check it out. Well, maybe if it's on Paramount Plus, I might check it out. But
So that part of the plan is working. Now we need the others to join us.
I don't know. I'm a big Friday the 13th fan, and I'm not excited about that at all.
Anyone left on our side?
Opening a channel.
This is the Resolute. We're sending instructions to all ships to output maximum warp power at the designated frequency.
Oh, nice. That's like Sniper. I think he plays a little bit of everything.
We don't know that. All we know is it'll siphon off our energy much quicker. You're leaving us.
Yeah, PS4 and PS5. I used to be Xbox, but
That's giving them exactly what they want.
I would like to get the Series X just to play the flight simulator.
Our strength in Starfleet comes from our ability to work together, especially when everything is on the line.
I can get behind that, Captain Rydek. We're adjusting the Titan's warp output to match the Resolutes.
Yeah, I didn't realize I still had so much to stream. I thought I'm gonna get this done, but I was like, man, this is already a 3-hour stream. But you have yourself a good night, and I will catch you next time.
The others are joining us.
This is the Takahashi.
I'm used to seeing somebody like Trek Culture nitpick all the little ships and like decipher what's what. It's all kind of going by too fast for me to absorb it.
Tabula. It's compensating. Counteracting our interference. But some of these other frequencies are causing spikes too. I'm gonna find a new target range.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing with it. It's there's no hockey mask. It's all just the first movie or whatever. The backstory behind the first movie, and I'm like, that was the least good movie of all of them.
Try this out.
Not seeing the prompt. Oh, there it is.
Here. This one's hitting the hardest. If they all converge here, it'll provide the maximum disruption to the Cartabula.
Yeah, that's kind of what I heard too. Like,
we want to overload.
It's gonna be him as like a little kid.
But not past it. You sure about this frequency? If we go too far, we won't just be destroying the Cartabula.
I'm just doing what I always do. I'm an engineer. Following the data.
Good enough for me. Sending data to the Resolute.
Updated telemetry coming from the Oasis. We have a new target range. Sending new parameters to engineering.
We are now running our core at 105% of recommended capacity. If we try to meet that frequency, we will generate a harmonic imbalance of our own and risk a warp core breach. I must warn you, these are precisely the engine conditions that Captain Solano's experiment brought about.
Oh, full circling. That's kind of cool. We wouldn't have to make it work this time.
A runaway reaction is a dangerous possibility right now.
Thank you, Mr. Chovak. But I'm not Solano, and this is no experiment. I need you to match the frequency and increase the output.
Very well, Captain.
An overload here.
It's at the breaking point.
What's happening? We got a problem. It's not going to eject.
Uh-oh.
We have to disengage the Cartabula manually.
Of course we got to do it manually.
We lit this fuse. Got to make sure it doesn't go off the wrong way. If we can pull hard enough on those levers, it'll dislodge this thing.
We can do this.
You'll destroy everything that I've made it for.
That's true, Anthony. You're not lying about that. And a lot of those fan films are even better than, like, you know, Friday the 13th Part 8 and 9. I know you like Part 9, but I don't think anybody likes Part 8. Part 8 has its fans. I guess it would, though. I guess it would. I liked the game. It was one of my all-time favorite games, and it was shit. I'll agree with you that. A lot of people had, like, different expectations, and then when that game came out, it was basically hide and go seek.
And the Aphelion is shutting down.
Returning warp reactor to nominal output levels.
The Takan are running off reserve power now.
Yeah, it was glitchy. I kind of understood the glitches, like,
sacrifice
a lot of them were part of the programming. Like, people would jump through the windows and Jason would try to slash and nothing would happen until the dude got up. And I'm like, well, the way the code is written, he's got to finish the jump through the window sequence before the game will, like, reenact. I don't know, I understood it. It made sense to me and I liked it. Had a lot of fun playing it.
Our work here is done. Let's get out of here. 3 to beam back to the Resolute.
Our transporters won't cut through the interference. We can't lock on.
We can't stay here.
We're not getting away in that thing.
There. Maybe I can use this to get us out of here.
Oh, he can. He's at the con now.
Back to the Resolute, but we have to get away from here. Everybody on.
I liked it when you'd get like the pipes or the baseball bats and they would be like twice the size of the people. You'd pick it up and it'd be like 4 times your size. There was some fun glitches in that game.
Radiation's lower here. It's still too high for us to stay on this ship.
This is good. But we can do better.
And soon, I hope.
We gotta get all the way to the Resolute.
Sweet, let's do this.
That thing is down, not out. We'll handle the stolen Federation ships, but you need to get a crippling shot on the Aphelion.
A direct hit to its bridge will bring it down.
Take us real close, Captain. Skim the hull of that thing where it can't get a clear shot at us.
Or
I can weave us through the battle. And hope we don't get caught in the crossfire.
Can't take much more damage.
Take us along the Aphelion's hull. Get us to the bridge as fast as you can.
Aye, Captain.
Direct course is definitely the best approach.
We're almost in position for a shot at the bridge.
Photon torpedoes armed and ready.
Break off this attack, or I will be forced to eradicate you.
The damaged Cartabula is continuing to release deadly amounts of radiation. Thankfully, it's still contained within the Aphelion.
I have comrades on that ship, both living and waiting to be reborn. We're going to die in here if I don't care. We will never.
That would be cool. I'd have to agree.
We are taking our rightful place as rulers over this galaxy.
So much for superior beings. You don't look so superior from here.
I had to gloat. I had to gloat at the end.
We've crossed the eons to get here. By a salvo.
I would like to have played the Nightmare on Elm Street with 4 players on the NES. That would have been interesting. I wonder if you can play it on like the Nintendo Switch online with 4 other players. That would be cool.
Now the radiation is rising here too.
Targeting the Resolute.
I can't let you do that.
I like the movies. I never got into the series, and that was just because I was like moving. I was in a transition period, like the whole like 2-3 years that whole first series was on. So I never really got into it, and I just never haven't gotten back and tried to watch the reruns.
The signal pattern from here.
What do you mean?
I've never played Hitman Online. I played the campaign modes of like the first, I think, 3 Hitmans.
Been through too much to split up now. We Don't leave people behind. Got it?
I don't have long to do this. I'm bioforming. It's happening, Nilly. I have to be the one to do it.
It's funny how he had a girlfriend with that other chick, but this chick's like closer to him than his girlfriend was.
Not them.
Stop it.
What's happening?
It's an internal struggle, and he's losing.
Not like this.
Fine.
I've never seen Stargate Atlantis or Universe.
Come with us.
You know why. He has to do this.
One final mini game. Uh-oh.
I told you, this body is mine now. No!
What was Stargate Universe about? Or like a quick, brief explanation.
The away team has beamed back.
We're in position and ready to fire, Captain.
Target their bridge.
Please, we target the ship. Pummel it to space dust. Like we did to so many others who dared to
Fire!
the Takan Empire.
Fire.
It was like Lost in Space, okay. It's almost like Star Trek Voyager, too. Don't fire at Will. Will's pretty cool. I like Will.
Hey, Carter?
Yeah, I was joking. I always wondered why they said fire at Will. I get it, fire at your willpower, but like... When you're watching Next Generation and they say fire at will and like William Riker's standing right there, I always picture somebody, like, why doesn't nobody shoot him?
Family. Forever.
Always.
I was gonna literally like promote that guy. He won't be buried as a petty officer, I can guarantee that. We'll promote him posthumously.
All decks secure. We have the bioformed on board, fully contained.
The Starfleet ships under Takan control have signaled their surrender. Good work, Captain Rydick. Next time I need some backup, I'll know who to call. I trust you won't have a problem with that.
Thanks, Captain Riker. I owe you one.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. He's not humble about it. He's like, yeah, you do owe me one. Called in half the fleet for you.
The radiation. We won't last
last much longer in here. Please, we surrender. We need your help. Please, beam us aboard your ship.
Captain, I must remind you that when an enemy is surrendered, it is our duty to render aid.
You saved the storage crystals, and there are other Takan, the bioformed on Hotari, on this very ship. We wouldn't be wiping them out if we didn't help the ones who tried to destroy us.
She is a sociopath.
This is the fate they've chosen. Leave them where they are.
You can't do that.
We don't have much time. We submit.
They submitted. I have to.
I can say. Please.
Let them die. No, we have to pick them up.
This is what separates us.
We can't wear this uniform if we're just gonna kill life forms. Even the bad guys. We have to be the better. We have to be the change we want to see in the world.
And beam the Takan there. Crew of the Aphelion, shut down all systems. Lower your defenses and prepare to be transported.
Thank you.
Carter! Hey,
How is he alive? Oh, he's not Carter.
My first order of business will be to help reestablish the Hotari government and resume peace talks, genuine talks, with the Olympians.
And after that?
Who knows? I know I don't want to be queen. There's so much good I could do with just a fraction of your medical technology if I could bring it to my people. But I also want to see what else is out there. Maybe there's even a place for me in Starfleet. It would be hard to stay on Hotari forever. Not with all there is to experience, to learn.
There are many ways to help your people.
Where's Dr. Samantha Carter, right?
A noble way to do so. I'll see to it that Starfleet sends a medical ship to share knowledge and technology, as long as you'll be there to spearhead their efforts.
I'll gladly accept those terms. But there are pressing matters we must attend to before any of that. I can't thank you enough for all you've done. I'll see you again.
Starfleet has granted me the privilege of conferring this upon you. Though I'm sure Captain Solano would rather have been the one offering this. You have acted dutifully and bravely through trying circumstances. I grant you the official rank of Captain.
What a cool game.
A great many wonders lie ahead for you, Jara Rydek. There appears to be nothing that can stand in your way.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't think he could. You're right. He's not
Thank you, Ambassador.
And Thomas Matthews is Tommy Jarvis now. Like, that's kind of the thing.
Stop the spread of the
He was even in. He's even in Never Hike Alone and Never Hike Alone 2. I think he's gonna have like a final fight with Jason in Never Hike Alone 2. Like, I would almost rather watch that and consider that canon than see any kind of Hollywood-produced Corey Feldman anything Friday the 13th. Yeah, I think Spock can. He's like an ambassador.
Putting aside centuries of enmity.
That's actually a really good question officially. Like, would he be able to? Like, wouldn't it be an admiral or somebody who has to give rank to a captain? That's a good question. That might have been something they just glossed over because it's like, it's Spock.
How do you say goodbye to someone who isn't really gone? I thought I knew how to leave the past behind, but I've learned a thing or two.
And for too many,
There's a lot of dead
they
people.
had to pay the ultimate price. In time, history may forget their sacrifices, but those of us who were there never will.
Yeah, that is true.
Now, all hands on
I think he'd be like an ambassador to Starfleet, though, wouldn't he? I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Captain Solano used to say that nothing ever stays the same. Entropy. It's the nature of the universe.
Yeah, I kind of hope they do a Star Trek Legacy TV series, too.
A starship can never stay the same.
I like the idea. I had an idea pitch, because that very last scene was Q hanging out with Picard's kid. And I would really like the whole show to be about, like, the whole reason Q, like, met Captain Picard and wanted to, like, have him meet the Borg was so, like, Jack Crusher could be born, so that they could do something that's going to happen in Star Trek Legacy. If they could set that up some way, like, that would be a perfect story that literally took 40 years, 30 years to make.
Some of our differences.
Because they did a good job with season 3 of Picard of setting up that Jack Crusher thing with the,
in time.
You know, the Borg STD that he inherited pretty much from his dad. That was cool. And then Q meets up with him, and I'm like, that would be, I don't know, I think that would be perfect storytelling. Yeah, I really enjoyed season 3. I've actually watched it twice now, and I don't normally do that, but Picard season 3 did with The Next Generation what Star Trek failed to do with the sequel trilogy, in my opinion.
Space, the final frontier. As we take our next steps into the unknown, the greatest insights that lie ahead are what we learn about each other. We might even surprise ourselves. And no matter what threats we may come upon, or mysteries we face, we will not be shaken. We are stronger together. We are steadfast in our purpose. We are.
I was kind of shocked he didn't win an Emmy for his acting. Like, he's never won an Emmy for his acting, and he's like the best actor on that show. Like, everybody else just plays their one character, and he has to play like multiple characters. So I'm really shocked he didn't get that. I recommend this game. It's really fun. It lasted a lot longer than I thought it was, too. Like, I thought this was a 10-hour game, but I managed to pull off about 2.5, 3-hour streams, so. And I liked the story. This game had a lot of heart. It really did. You wouldn't mind seeing the guy from Part 5? I didn't like the actor from Part 5. He didn't seem like he was a good Tommy Jarvis. Yeah, this one was a fun game. I really enjoyed the heck out of it. It wasn't without its problems and its glitches, which you could even see when it would just like pause on a screen for a minute. But what was there was, for being the survivors of Telltale, I loved it. I was like, this felt like a Telltale game. And it honored Star Trek pretty well, I thought. Yeah, I didn't really like Part 5. It was all over the place, you could tell. Jar Jar Binks joins Friday the 13th. That's funny. I would play as his character. I still like the idea that Jar Jar was the Dark Lord that instigated the entire Star Wars trilogy. Like, he was just playing stupid. I really like that. I really wish they would have gone that route. That would have justified his character. It's just like, no, he wasn't that idiotic. It was all a ruse. Like, what better way to play the dark side than just be ridiculously stupid? Just to get people to annoy you, and then you go off and do your dark side stuff. Yeah, this was a great game. I remember it came out, seeing the previews for it like last December at like the Video Game Awards. So it was nice to finally get to check it out. And now that I've played it, I'm gonna have to like replay it and make all the decisions I didn't make in this playthrough. You're going now. I'm going to let the credits play, and then I'm going to end the stream too. Thanks for stopping by, Kevin. I appreciate it. Or King Kevin, yeah, I appreciate the support, brother. You have yourself a good weekend, and I'll be back Sunday. Maybe I'll see you, maybe I won't. If not, you take care of yourself. Almost a month till Starfield. I don't know what the next game I'm looking forward to. Like, I'm in the middle of Final Fantasy 16 right now. I know RoboCop comes out in September. I'm going to be picking that one up. I'm debating if I want to stream The Expanse, the official Telltale game. I think that would be weird to play this game, which is made by the actual Telltale game makers, and then go play The Expanse, which is made by the Telltale Game Company. Because you know it's going to be a completely different feel. This actually felt like a Telltale game. Very special thanks to me? Well, you're welcome. This is a work of fiction. Any names or characters, businesses or places is a coincidence. Can't wait to play Starfield and actually explore the galaxy. I was gonna say you should stream it, but I think that's an Xbox only, right? You can't stream on an Xbox. I would check out some Starfield streams. But we're gonna go ahead and call that one here. This was a long stream, a lot longer. This was a lot longer than I thought it was gonna go. It's too long to stream. I'm going to stream Final Fantasy 16, and that's 36 to 40 hours. I don't know. It might take a while, but I plan on doing it anyway, just because the game it's so fun. It's almost a no-brainer. But yeah, I will. You guys take care. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the likes, and yeah, just hanging out, spending your Friday night with me. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you guys next time.